Okay, good morning, and thank you for joining us for Preparing for Ironman 2021, Tips and Tools for Small Businesses to Capitalize for Increased Sales virtual event. My name is Heather Fay, and I have the privilege of serving as the Regional Program Director and Botetied Advisor for the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center. Before we get started, I will go over a few housekeeping items. We are recording this workshop and you will receive the recording after the event. We will also post this on our YouTube channel. Closed captioning is available for you if you're interested in using that service, and you can choose to watch the closed captioning or view it on the Zoom menu that appears at the bottom of your screen. If you will, please keep your microphone muted to minimize background noise. As you have questions, I encourage you to place them in the chat, which is available also at the bottom of your menu screen. Today's event is in collaboration with Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge and the IRONMAN Group. Our collaborators who we'll be hearing from in just a few minutes are Burnett, the race director of the IRONMAN Group and Rock and Running Series, Dr. Sarah Klemenek, who is the volunteer director of Curling Clinic's Ironman 70.3 Virginia's Blue Ridge race, and Catherine Fox, who is the Vice President of Public Affairs and Destination Development. We'll hear from Burnett, Sarah, and Catherine momentarily. We also have a special guest, Drew Wolf, with us today. So thank you all for being here. Before we get started, I thought I'd share just a few pieces of information about the Small Business Development Center for those of you who are not familiar. The SVDC provides pro bono advising, low-cost training, and free tools to fuel our region's success. The Roanoke Regional SVDC is funded in part through a cooperative agreement through the United States Small Business Administration and is supported by America's SVDC, the Virginia SVDC, and George Mason University. Our local organization, government offices, and businesses provide matching funds. Our host, who serves as our fiscal agent, is the Roanoke Regional Chamber of Commerce. Our center is one of 27 throughout the state of Virginia, and we currently serve the greater Roanoke area, Allegheny Highlands, and the New River Valley. The Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center provides free assistance for all stages of your business. Whether you're just getting started, you're growing, you're expanding, or you're ready to buy and sell, we are here to support you. We offer these services through advising, various programs, training, and products that we offer through our website that you can download. I, along with my colleagues, are small business champions. Tom Tanner, Cheryl Tucker, Amanda Forrester, and myself are here to support you on your journey. We have a couple upcoming events in addition to this program today that are available at no charge to you, which are Lunch and Learn, which is mental health for small business owners on May 19th. And also we have a Speaking to Build Your Business on May 20th that is in partnership with the Virginia Supplier and Small Business Diversity Group out of Richmond. And on on June 8th, we are offering a Smart Start program that has a small fee for you to learn how to start your business smart. Okay, now for the reason we're all here is to learn about Ironman, which we're so excited. So we will get started with an Ironman race overview, then we will transition to tips and tools for small businesses, and then we will transition to question and answer. And without further ado, I will transition the program over to Brant.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to jump in here. My name is Burnett. I'm the race director for the Curling Clinic Ironman 70.3 Virginia's Blue Ridge. Just a little background and history. We've been kind of working on this event for 2+ years. The inaugural year was supposed to be last year. Unfortunately, had a postpone until this year. So looking forward to June 6th. We'll welcome in 2,500 athletes from all over the country here into Roanoke. And so we appreciate, the work amongst here, the community, the support has been, phenomenal the last 2+ years as we've been working through this, and excited just to help, get you guys involved and, help formulate some of our athletes to push and get some local businesses involved as well. Heather, if you want to advance slide for me. Perfect. So just quickly as we look to our return to to racing guidelines, these are kind of just our pillars that we formulated around hosting successful events safely in communities. Just enhanced hygiene, sorry, screening education, density reduction, touch point minimization, athlete self-reliance and community partnership. And, this is in conjunction with all of our athletes, all of our volunteers for the event, our staff, and then again, just working, with the community here, rather, and hosting a successful event and safe event for everybody that's involved. Just quickly, some background. So in 2020, we did host 23 events in North America in our guidelines. And most recently in 2021 here, we've hosted 3 events, 70.3 Texas, 70.3 Florida, and last weekend 73 St. George, and are set to host another 14 events here in Q1 and Q2 using those guidelines to host events safely in communities for everybody involved. So we really have had the time to kind of dive in and work those processes so that we are able to host events for everybody. Just to kind of give you a little overview of the event. So we have 2 kind of main key venues for the event: Carvin's Cove Reservoir and River's Edge Park. River's Edge Park will be kind of the main hub for the event. It'll be host of the Ironman Village transition to the finish line. And then Carvin's Reservoir will be the swim start for the event and the transition 1 for the event. And I think we'll get into the course details here, but the swim start will be at Carvin's Cove, is a 1.2 mile swim, followed by a 56-mile bike ride from Carvin's Cove into River's Edge Park, and then a 13.1 mile run that'll take place all along the Roanoke River Greenway. So 70.3 miles in total for the event. We'll stretch from 6 a.m. to about 4 p.m. on Sunday, June 6th. Just as and I think the course maps are after this that we can kind of just walk through, but from an event timeline standpoint, our Ironman Village at River's Edge Park will open up on Friday, June 4th and be open on Saturday, June 5th as well. In that village, all of our athletes do have to come in and check in, pick up their race materials. We do have an official merchandise store that's open. And then we also have local and national partners and vendors that will be on site there in the expo in Ironman Village. Again, you don't have to be an athlete to come to the village. Anybody can come in, check out the merchandise store, check out all the partners and vendors that are in the expo area there. And there are opportunities that we'll actually mention in a little bit if you do want to be part of that Ironman Village there. But again, 2,500 athletes that would have to come through there with their friends, family, support crew. And so it's just Star Hill will have a beer garden there as well. So all are welcome to that village Friday, 12 to 7 p.m. and then Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Sunday is the village will be open from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. as well during that timeline. Just a little quick rundown of race day on Sunday, June 6th. We'll have athletes start getting up, anytime from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning. We will be shuttling all the athletes out to Carvin's Cove, River's Edge Park, prior to 5 a.m. And we'll go with the 6:30 a.m. race start on race morning. Again, that timeline goes up to 4 o'clock with our final finisher, but 6:30 a.m. would be swim start at Carvin's Cove. We'd expect our first athlete on the bike course at about 6:50 or so. And the bike cutoff, would be about 1:45 p.m. back at River's Edge Park. And then the course, 13.1 miles, expect probably our first athlete on the course about 9:10, first finisher at 10:20. And then our final finisher at River's Edge Park would be at 4 o'clock. again, that Rivers Edge Park would be the Ironman Village, and the finish line will also be located there. So it is very spectator friendly. We encourage folks to come out even if you don't have anybody racing but want to be involved, or just come out and enjoy the excitement of the day. Come out, hang out at Rivers Edge Park there and see everything that's going on. Just as a little kind of venue map, the area on the right of Rivers Edge Park will be the Ironman Village, where it does list merchandise right there. Just north of that is the transition 2, where athletes will come in off of the bike and then start their run. And then just west of the new soccer fields will be the finish line there in VIP areas. And then the way is just south of there, where the entire run course will start and end. So very, spectator friendly, walker friendly, as you guys know, the area here. But we encourage, everybody to come on out on race day or even prior to experience the village, experience race day, take a look and excitement that goes up around the finish line. But that's kind of the main host for race weekend. And then we get into just kind of a little overview of the courses. Swim course is at Carvin's Cove, like we mentioned. It's a 1.0 mile single loop course. Simple, just kind of out and back there. The bike course is 56 miles. So it'll exit Carvin's Cove. It'll head out east on Highway 11. And basically run Highway 11 all the way to Route 43 through the town of Buchanan, through Botetourt counties, down 43, but kind of up the climb in 43 to Blue Ridge Parkway. We'll be on the Blue Ridge Parkway for about 20 miles, exit onto 24, heading west into the town of Vinton, and then coming through the city of Roanoke, down Jefferson, back into Rivers Edge Park. So the athletes get to experience a lot, like I said, through Botetourt, Roanoke counties, town of Trouttville, town of Vinton, town of Buchanan, city of Roanoke, and then experience the Blue Ridge Parkway. So that timeline, is about 6:50 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. that athletes would be on this course. So it does stretch a good, chunk of all localities. And then the run course, the final leg of the event, 13.1 mile is a 2-loop course along the Roanoke River Greenway. So after they get off the bikes at Rivers Edge Park, they can head out east to Piedmont Park and then come back, run west, past Rivers Edge Park, into Smith Park, past Wasania and in Thomas, and then come back and do the loop all over again, and then finish right inside of Rivers Edge Park there at the finish line. Which would be the home where everything's going to be rocking on Sunday, June 6th. Just for kind of a community outreach piece. So right now we're connecting with some key businesses and churches that are along those routes there to kind of go over what our impact looked like. There would be some road closures and lane changes or lane closures along the route, specifically the bike course, with the run course just being on the greenway is kind of sectioned off there on the greenway. But on the bike course specifically, with 56 miles of course there, so we're making those contacts. If you are located just along the course, either the bike run or swim courses or in the near vicinity, you should be receiving a mailer actually in your mailbox about a week to 2 weeks prior. That'll just have some more details of the traffic plans, expected timings, some road closures if you're in a no parking zone. So those would come actually in your mailbox a week to 2 weeks prior. That actually kind of full traffic notice document is available on our website, which we can connected with and send a link out to Heather to include in here to follow up with you guys as well at it. You'll start seeing some variable message boards, some static, construction signs that have, event notifications for the event, just notifying of some closures, just so we can get some, the community, some ample, notification prior to Sunday, June 6th, and any advanced closures there. So all of that will occur about 2 weeks out. And then the week of and slightly before, in those no parking zones that are listed on that traffic notice, is when some of those no parking signs would be going up. If there's concerns, we can work through, detour routes and how we can, if your businesses are open and along that route there, we can work together on how we can minimize the impact and get, your folks in there, if it is along the direct course there. So. Heather, if you want to advance the slide for me. And then one of the pieces that we wanted to share with you guys is a program that we have that's called I Am Local. And it's our way of, kind of driving our athletes back into the local communities here. And so it is a free program for local businesses and organizations here in Roanoke and in surrounding areas. We give the option for businesses or organizations to, provide a perk, incentive, discount, not only to athletes, but spectators and volunteers, in which the link is there to kind of register for that if you're interested. But you can provide any sort of, offer discount, like we mentioned. And then we've actually pushed that out to all of our athletes. We are working in conjunction with Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge. We have a separate website or web page that'll host all of those, kind of perks and incentives. And we send out direct links to that I Am Local page to all of our athletes in advance, and as well as race week. And so we try to, again, engage all the local businesses to drive, our athletes. They have to, they're looking for stuff to do, places to eat, stuff to do in communities. And so we like to help out the local businesses, here in Roanoke, and how we can, just drive some additional business there. And so if you guys are interested, you can fill out that form. We'll gather all that information, post it on the website, and we push it out to all the athletes and spectators and volunteers. And just an example, we've had in our other communities, if it's a restaurant, if an athlete shows their medal or a volunteer shows their t-shirt, a 10% off your meal, or a, $5 discount, or, if it's a adventure park, a discount on a admission ticket. This is an example from actually St. George, in conjunction with the CVB out there as well. Again, it's a free and program for businesses that we like to get involved and help steer our athletes to go. The community is here to support and welcoming, and our athletes love to go support local. So anything that we can do to help kind of get y'all's businesses and organizations out there. This is a free program that you guys all have access to and available to register as part of. So, and I think that link is in that presentation that'll go out, and we can get with Heather, send it out to everybody. And it is available. If you go to our website as well, ironman.com/Ironman 70.3 Virginia's Blue Ridge, or just search by the event in Roanoke. The link is on there on the athlete and travel page, and it'll take you directly to the link to sign up there. And we also give everyone that does register a poster to put in their window, if you guys would like, that just says that you're a participating location of the I Am Local program. And it just helps, identify if athletes and fans and volunteers are walking around, any of the areas, throughout the week, and they can stop in there. So.
Catherine, will you show the poster? Perfect. You're
There we go.
muted.
Thank you, Catherine.
I do that a lot. Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
See it.
Yeah, so there's the
And,
poster in real life.
Yeah, and we'll work with between us, Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge, and Heather there at that small business, and we can get those posters out to you guys after you guys do register, and you guys can get them up, you know, as early as you guys like prior to race week as well. If you'll advance slide for me, Heather.
Excellent.
So I'm actually going to turn it over to our volunteer director, Sarah Klemenchik, who can kind of go over some volunteer stuff.
Hey guys, my name's Sarah. I'm a local Roanoker, so I'm actually from here, just working with Ironman to get the volunteers coordinated. So I'm one of the ER doctors, and Caroline is the title sponsor, so it seemed to go hand in hand. So we had a good amount of volunteers signed up for 2020, and y'all might have heard about this program back then as well. And a lot of the spots were held for 2021, but we've been recruiting pretty heavily. There's the website on Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge. You can link to it from there. I'll post it in our chat box as well. There's definitely still needs for plenty of local volunteers that if y'all have social media and you don't mind sharing the link, that would be wonderful. There are some local needs that go through your area as well. I know Vinton and Buchanan have some, or you say Buchanan down here, sorry, I'm from the north. They have some bike needs and some run needs and everywhere, all over Roanoke and Vinton and Buchanan. But there is also a thing called IRONMAN Foundation that provides grant money to nonprofits and groups that volunteer together. So Botetourt County Schools, for example, is providing some school groups, so they'll receive some funding for those. And we have other nonprofits providing groups as well to run aid stations or transition zones, or at the Cove race morning. There's still some spots open for group needs. You can email me if you're interested in that. I will go ahead and post my email in the chat box. Does anyone have any questions about the volunteering? I know some of you have heard from me, or Casey, you have a whole aid station for Fleet Feet. So y'all are wonderful already, and I appreciate you.
I think it's just another way to, you know, if anybody's interested in getting involved in the event, you know, outside of, you know, the I Am Local program, or, you know, being a potential vendor inside the Ironman Village. This is also just a good way to get involved in the event. Athletes, you know, really do appreciate, you know, all the volunteer help, and there's so many roles that are available. But it's a unique way and a cool way that you get to experience the event firsthand, and really be involved in, you know, kind of the event production piece. And so we definitely appreciate, you know, all the volunteers that have signed up, and still looking for a few more. So that's of interest. You know, I think Sarah's email's there on the screen. The link to sign up is there, and I believe she just dropped into the chat as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a wonderful way to expose yourself to the community and to be part of the community. I've been around a lot of the bicycle and run groups lately, trying to recruit them to volunteer, and they can't have better things to say about the community involvement and the support that they need on race day. And they're so appreciative and excited for all of you to get involved. So yeah, like Brant said, it's a great way to get your name out there and to participate in the Ironman event itself. And we have a digital flyer if that's easier, or I have actual printed up flyers. If anyone wants one, I can swing it by your location or send you a digital version of it.
Excellent. We can also, we'll include those in the follow-up email. All the links that we're posting will all be included in that as well. All right, super. Thank you, Sarah and Brant. And next we'll hear from Catherine Fox. Catherine?
Hi, everyone. Thanks again, Heather, for hosting us. We really appreciate the opportunity to get this message out, not only just about the overall Ironman, but certainly this program, I Am Local. You know, it's been an interesting year for all of us, and trying to reconnect our businesses to opportunities like this is just another way to encourage our businesses to get foot traffic. So we appreciate the opportunity. We are happy to be a sponsor as Virginia's Blue Ridge, and excited to be able to host the inaugural Ironman. And to that point, we're excited that we have 2 more years. So it's a 3-year opportunity. So you get your foot in the door now and see what you can get involved in, and then really increase your visibility over the next couple of years, as we're all learning as we go. I know I am. So we have developed a landing page. It is visitvbr.com/Ironman. It really is a way to give the end user, especially people who are here locally, to understand a little bit more about registration. Of course, it's sold out, but also about signing up to volunteer is another way to get there. A little bit more about the course, and then we'll post the I Am Local program here. So we're going to build out this webpage even more to include what Heather just showed was the St. George example. So we're hoping to get the businesses not only that are partners with Virginia's Blue Ridge, but folks who are visiting today as part of this Zoom call. So hopefully we can really source that out and get more people involved. So this is a great way to just funnel folks to learning more about this. Our biggest piece of this is connecting our hotels and our athletes coming from outside of the area, and really getting them to stay here and truly stay longer and really enhance their experience while they're here. So excited about that. Go ahead, Heather. So we are following up to today's overview, which is phenomenal, and setting the stage for our businesses. We're also going to bring our Ironman team in again and have a virtual presentation on Wednesday, May 18th. So if you know people who would really benefit from joining on another Q&A and a race preview, and I know Brant is constantly having new information and sharing that, so we'll have more updates. I know it's 31 days to race time, but by May 18th, I think there'll be a whole lot more coming together. So we're excited to be able to provide another virtual platform for folks to come in and kind of hear more about what's happening. By that time, Sarah is going to announce that she doesn't need any volunteers. But hopefully we'll be able to narrow that down and be able to answer even more questions. But really, probably at that time, we'll know who is involved in the I Am Local program, and then be able to really start to build on that list. So that's our plan too. So this is another way, again, to get involved. So please just reach out to me at cfox@visitvbr.com. We'll be getting it out to a number of our connections in terms of partners and stakeholders. But if you're not on our regular list, please reach out to me, and I'd be happy to get you added and certainly see that you are a part of that virtual presentation on May 18th at 10 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Catherine. And this slide has everyone's contact, has more contact information, as well as another opportunity for you to sign up for the I Am Local, as well as more information if you're interested about being at the Race Village. Brant, did you want to share any more about that?
Yeah, so and I think that link that's in there. If not, Heather, we will connect with you guys. But if you do want to be interested in being in the Ironman Village, we can get that link out to you guys and options that are available. But otherwise, it is free and open to the public. You can come down and just see what the event's all about. I think the other piece that we wanted to touch on in connection with Virginia's, Blue Ridge is, our athletes love, when we go to the communities and they feel welcome. And, that's everything that we've felt from day one here in the region. It's just the support and, willingness to help out and, with open arms to folks. And so our athletes really do, and their families, they resonate with just that welcoming, community. And so, anything that we can do to help, help you guys, support, race week, our goal is to for it to be, a great experience for everybody here, and long term, continue to bring people back into the region here. And so, everything that we can do to create a welcoming, experience for everybody. They tell somebody else, they come back and train, they go back and, go to the local restaurants, go to stay at local, hotels and other businesses, go to all the other adventure related stuff here in the region. And so that's just, we do everything that we can to create that welcoming experience here for everybody. That link that is there, that's Heather has up, is the link if you are interested in being a part of the Ironman Village. You can go to that link and see that's everything that's available. Or if you have other options, the email address is there that you can connect with and reach out to. And in addition to the I Am Local program, but we'll actually race 2,500 athletes this year. And those, kind of projected attendances is, with the athletes and their supporters and fans and just kind of the general public that'll come through there as well. So yeah, we do appreciate the support, most of the community here, and enjoy every time that we're here. And anything that we can do to create that, welcoming experience for everybody, and just make it a good event for the community and in general. So just with that, 2,500 athletes that will race, we do see a good amount here that is within, kind of a local, call within 200 driving miles. But we do have athletes that of that 2,500 that are from all 49 states, or I should say all, but from 49 states in the US here that'll be coming, whether they're flying or driving in, and staying here locally. And even if they are, 50 to 100 to 200 miles out, they're still coming into town and have to come to the venue and experience the city. So, anything that we can do to help you guys, get the full extent of the event. And like I said, create that experience and a good event for the community here in general.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fran. I realized I forgot to put that in our slide deck, so I apologize.
No worries.
All right. And that is all I have for our presentation slide. So I will stop recording.
Hey, Brant, there's one question on the